Hey, it's Panda, and welcome to this Mabinogi Glen Normal tutorial. The requirements for Glen is to have a total Arcana level of 50 plus, and for the Dark Dreams of a Winter Wind questline to be cleared. During this questline, it's going to want you to enter Glen, and I recommend going to Channel 1 on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday to get this done, because Glen resets every Saturday. Once you're done with the quest, you'll get a Winter Forest mobile, and that's how you fast travel to this area. Yeah, so I just thought I mentioned that because for the longest time I did not know that existed. So I would literally just walk here every time, and it's a pretty far walk. So for Glen Normal, I recommend maybe Dampen Shock, Blunting Field, Redoubled Offensive, Fate Weaver, and Vital Surge. When you get to like Glen Hard Mode and Glen Elite, you'll start seeing people use Defiance, which is also a really good one. Ultimately, it's really up to what you think works best for you. And to enter the dungeon, all you gotta do is click on the ice wall, and it won't let you enter in solo. You need to have at least one other person, or most commonly, people will run with 8 people. Okay, so for this video, I split it in half. So the right side is going to be the night side point of view, and the left side is day side point of view. Also, these are two different videos. So on the right is my main, and on the left is my alt, which isn't that strong, so don't judge. It's a work in progress. Here we damage Kaliak to 95%, and once it hits 95%, we warp to our sides. When you get hit by your attacks, you'll see a red number above your head. Those are called chill stacks. The first thing I like to do is Divine Link with a pet. In Glen, you and a partner will share lifeline. So here I am sharing my lifeline with Amani. We can only die a total of 4 times between the both of us. Once the percentage hits 0, we can no longer revive. In this room, we are pretty much just killing mobs to fuel up the paradox corrected bar on the bottom. Putting red seals down, as you see, are really good because these will slow down the mobs. You can do that by using Fantastic Chorus and then BFO. And you don't even need to play out BFO. You could just tap it and then cancel it. Now we head into the next room. In this room, we will focus on killing the plants, and once each bar hits 100%, we will be done with the room. In this room, a abominable rabbit will spawn, but most people just call it Yeti, and all you gotta do is focus on killing that to fuel the bar. The Yeti will sometimes roll, or it can like make a snowball and throw it at you. Once you're done with that, a Brazier will spawn and only one person will need to hit it, and you will click Do Not Activate. So for this part, one side will attack 4 braziers and then go into a red circle. Once they do this, the other side can then attack the barrier. So here you can see night attacking the 4 braziers and day is attacking the barrier. I definitely recommend shadow cloaking into the red circle so mobs don't hit you out. Once the barrier is destroyed, you then switch roles. So now day will attack the 4 braziers while night side will attack the barrier. And then when that's all done, you guys then will attack the barrier together. Okay, so now we're at mid-boss. So here sometimes people will reapply buffs. So to start, everyone needs to get inside of their circles on their sides. So here, day side will be attacking like an ogre, and night side will be attacking grandma. That's just what everyone calls her. It is also really good to be debuffing the bosses. So that's like Fate Weaver, Deathmark, putting a Hydra down, maybe smoke screening, all that good stuff. On day side, you can also transform to avoid getting iced. I also recommend putting down a glyph because on night side, when you get hit, you are going to be taking chill stacks. That's why people tend to say night side is harder than day because we take chill stacks at mid-boss. Whenever you see like this red beam on you, you're going to want to get under the boss. Grandma will occasionally do fire pits, so you can Iron Will here, or if you have a Harmonic Saint, they could just keep reapplying Overshield. Here you'll see what happens when you don't get under the boss. When you have that beam, you'll see big circles spawn. At 10%, the person closest to Grandma on night side will be teleported first into the Grey World. Okay, so here you will see what it's like inside of the Grey World and what it is like outside of the Grey World. In the Grey World, you attack what most people call like the cocoon. So you can't take any potions while you're in here as well. So you're gonna also want to make sure you are debuffing. I actually really like to use time shift here as well. Meanwhile, outside of the Grey World, you will need to avoid big AoE attacks. I recommend having Ink Rush binded, or you can get on a pet and ride around. When you damage Grandma to 10%, you will then send another person into the Grey World to help out the person who's already in there. You will then have to avoid the big circle attacks again. Sometimes you may not even need to send in another person into the Grey World, it just kind of depends. The run is over when the Unfinished Reverie, which is the Grey World, hits 0%. When you finish the runs, you will be given Frostwork Crystal Shards, which you can spend at the Suspicious Merchant, right behind me on the right. Glen also resets every Saturday. Machako also has a really great Glen guide, which I will post in the description. Alrighty, that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.